join and encourage others to join so that we can start the COVID
Yeah,
situation.
cases are increasing, but um, people are
Right,
now, I think, habitual, become habitual with
right,
this.
right, right. That's the situation. That's correct.
That's the new way of living now.
Correct. So it has reached about 1:30, I can see. So we are waiting for another one,
Sir,
2 minutes maybe.
we can start background of this kind of program
Yes, sir.
which we are organizing. Actually, 2 months back, we have taken the initiative of opening our social media champion group. This is basically, the initiative of MHRD, and under this particular channel or this group, we are trying to open up many social media channels like Facebook account, Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, like this. And through these channels, we are basically targeting to promote our activities to the external world. And at the same time, we have taken initiative to connect all of our stakeholders. So, being one of the very important stakeholders, we have started a program like this in the evening, where we are introducing our alumni with the existing students. Basically, at the end of this initiative, we'll form a community where all internal stakeholders and external stakeholders will be a part, and as a whole community of at the same time professional progresses. Right? That's the background, and we are organizing it across all departments. Today is the turn of food technology, though it is you can see only the food technology, right? So all total the crowd will be quite big, and at this moment in the new normal, we find this is the only way of connecting people, right?
Yes, yes.
So yeah, so it's my request that Gaurav, if you can
Yep.
introduce Nadeem to everybody, and
Yes.
formally subsequently he can start his session.
Department of Food Technology from Haldia Institute of Technology. He passed out in 2010, and on campus he received. He has worked in Adani Wilmar for 1 year, and then left Adani to join as a manufacturing executive in ITC Limited. Then in ITC, he has worked in several capacity for 2 years up to 2013 before he joined Nestle as a production officer. And he was deputed as a production officer in Nestle from 2013 to 2016. And then from 2016 to 19, he was promoted as production executive, rather process specialist. Then in 2019, he again moved to ITC. So this is the second time actually he came to ITC again as assistant engineer manufacturing. And he has, over the last 11 years, he has experienced what to GMP to GLP to specific key performance indications part. Then his from Nestle India, and he's also a certified trainer for different type of module courses. Also, he's a certified FSSAI manufacturing food safety supervisor for both level 1 and level 2. He's a competency includes new product development, process validations, manufacturing excellence, stakeholder engagement, policy procedure standardizations, safety, health, and environment, which is very important, I believe. So these are the allied areas Nadeem has acquired over the time. Then strategic planning, total quality management system, product management, quality and food safety, and also production support to chocolate and confectionery. So it's a great the journey, the story, how every single person with their journey, they develop a story. So we would more like to hear from you the story behind the process, how you have developed, how who are studying presently in different years. So over to you, Nadim. It is your day, so I think all the very best. I think you give your best so that your future, juniors, they get motivations from you. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Gaurav, for all the good words. So, apart from all these, yeah, hierarchies and positions which you have described, so from my core, I am still an HITN. I used to call that from the core of my heart, I am still an HITN and a student of HIT. Uh, I have passed out in 2010. So, brief journey already described by Gaurav. So I'm native of Kishanganj district in Bihar, a small town in the border area of Bihar and West Bengal. So uh, I have started my schooling from Patna, then engineering from HIT, and already Gaurav has already described all about my career. So I will not spend much time on that and. So I want to keep this session very informal, where I can interact with all the budding young minds and students of HIT. Uh, the young minds are the future of tomorrow. So I will love to hear from them. And and in this session, I will also share my experiences and learnings which you can correlate and you will find similar situations in your life. So that might be helpful for you all. So uh, I want to give some few learnings also along with my journey. So in 2010, uh, I I then I have cracked the technical round, um, HR round, but in the final round, I am not able to pass the final round. But I did not lose hope. So I was positive. And then some other opportunities come in my life. I got placed in Adani. So I want to tell all the students that if you not succeed in a particular thing, it is not the end, right? Am I audible?
Yeah, you are very much audible. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So, how to turn the negativity into positive things, right? And so I given passed out in the Adani Wilmar round, and thereafter my career journey started from there. So uh, I could not be a software engineer, but I am very successful in the manufacturing line, right? So if you don't get success at a particular instance of your life, that does not mean that it is the end of life, right? There are many possibilities, there are many opportunities which will come in life. One come, then other also will come. So that's how life goes on. So before starting further, I want to ask the question because I want to make this session very interactive. So,
Yes, that is the idea. That is the idea.
so a few of you, if you can tell me, so where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Yeah, a few.
Yeah, anyone from the audience, if you can respond. It's a very common question, right?
Yeah, I want to hear from the
HR.
students especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So any of the student who would like to interact from especially final year or third year? Anupam sir and Devdatta sir, you can also.
Yeah, dear students, you can raise up your hands, and one by one you will be only. This is organized for only for you. Okay,
Yeah.
so you take this opportunity to interact. Okay.
Yeah, from final year, if Debarati you are there, you can just interact. Debarati, if you are there.
So
Yeah.
if no one is speaking, then I will speak on your behalf. Right.
Yeah.
So the purpose of asking this question is that we want overnight success, my dear students. Right? We want overnight fame. We were actually influenced by the celebrities. Right? So we pass out from college and we want salary in double digits. So, but life uh, does not move that way, right? So we work very hard and we studied 4 years of engineering in our respective streams. Where you have to be on the real side of life, right? So it does not mean that if you pass out from college, you will get 10 lakh salary job, 15 lakh salary job, right? So life does not move like that. So my message to the students is that never chase money. Okay. Chase your passion, develop competency, and money will chase you. Right. I started in 2010 very low salary in Adani, but I have increased my salary in 10 years. I think 10 times I have increased. So the purpose is to tell you that never chase money in your career, right? You develop competency, you develop capability. Once you will develop these things, money will chase you. Money will come. Automatically, money will come. But for that, you have to develop yourself, right? There is very much silence.
Yeah, this is surprising. Any of the student, you can just interact like Shagnik. Can you hear the
Yes,
conversation?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Do
what
you agree
the
with me?
yeah.
What I have
So
said? Do you agree with me?
so
Yes,
Shagnik,
sir.
do you? Yeah.
Right.
So Shagnik, what is your goal after you complete your B.Tech? Maybe a long-term goal.
So right now, like things are unpredictable, but what I can say is that I want to upgrade my skills, and when I get placed in a company, I can um, I can be an valuable asset for that company and increase my capabilities so that they can trust upon me in next 5 years time.
Okay, good.
Right. So situations will be adverse, right? Sometimes situation will be good, sometime worse, and yeah. So, but a person who has capability, who has talent, challenge, okay, he will challenge the situations, right, and he will overcome every difficulty in life. Whatever I'm telling you, this is not some I have studied in some books or some classes. I'm telling you from my own experience. I have almost near 12 years of professional experience now. So whatever I'm telling you, that is from my own experience, what I have seen, what I have faces, right? So when you will start your career journey, so three things will be very critical, right? Because when you land up in a job, you will find out that whatever you have studied in these 4 years, only 10% you have to apply in your job, right? This is the truth, right? Because in a job you have to do practical things, right? But if you are very strong in theoretical knowledge, that will help you a lot. So the key challenges will be like one is the people management, right? If you are in a manufacturing, if you are in a software, right? If you are in engineering, any type of job, people management will be a very key thing. Okay. because in the initial stages you were a individual, you will be an individual player, but after some time you have to lead a team, right? Even when your role is an individual role, you will be judged by the organization that how you are cooperating with your team members, how you are interacting with your team members. So in college life, you have a lot of friends. You are engagement. You are also involved in team building. So that is a very heart. I say that this is the heart of every industry, people management, right? If you want to succeed in your corporate life, then you have to develop these skills, soft skills, people management skills, right? And second thing is technical understanding and technical knowledge, right? So these are the only two pillars, right? How technically sound you are. If you are theoretically sound, practically sound, right? So these two things will be very critical in your professional journey. If you will develop in people management and your technical knowledge, then nobody will be able to stop you, right? I have told you now that never chase money. Money will chase you. So if you will be able to develop these two things, then success will come, definitely come, right? And the learning process, I will tell you about a rule, means a standard rule of learning, that is 70, 20 and 10 rule, a very famous rule. So 70% of the learning happens through experience, right? When we were born, we don't know anything. We experiences the external world, and we slowly we grow and we learn things. Like that in industry also, 70% of your learning will come through experience, right? There is a technical jargon, GSTD, right? So go see, the full form is go see, think and do, right? So when you do things by your own hands, many, in your engineering workshop also, so you have done weldings, right? No job is a small job, right? If you don't know the basic job, then other people will make you fool, right? So this is very important. And 20% of the learning comes from learning from others, like you learn from your peers, your friends, your colleagues, right? And only 10% of the learning comes from trainings and classroom trainings, right? So in industry, the real action is new to you, but many of you have done the industrial training. Also,
Actually, Nadeem, just sorry for the interruptions.
yes,
Actually,
yes.
these final year batch and third year, they are kind of a sufferer due to this COVID situation. Because as you know that during this COVID over the last 1.5 year, we could not arrange the. Although they have done some internship and training in virtual mode, but not in terms of physical mode of training. What we generally do arrange, but we could not arrange due to some restriction of mobility and also the government guideline we had to follow. So not much populations of these, they are acquainted with the industrial situations. So this is one bottleneck. Yeah,
No issue. But Elon Musk, everyone heard about Elon Musk?
please do respond.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
everybody should speak. Shagnik, why aren't you speaking today?
So the biggest advantage you have, which 10 years back we don't have, is that information is easily available these days, right? So Elon Musk says that whatever you want to learn, even if you want to learn how to make an aeroplane, you can learn by watching YouTube videos, right? So this is a very advantage, that everything, every information, every knowledge is easily available these days in YouTube, or internet, right? Even I, if I have to learn something, I have to learn Excel, right? I don't have time to go for a training session, extensive training sessions, or I don't have time. So I simply I learn from YouTube. So YouTube is a very good source, right? If you want to have a feeling about the industry, that also you will get. Everything, anything you want to learn, you can learn from YouTube. And this is the advantage you have, which people who are 10 years, 15 years back, they don't have such resources, right? So, uh, and competition is very tough these days. So, Darwin has had theory, right? Survival of the fittest. Everybody has read it, right? In your 10th class. Survival of the fittest rule,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes.
So, my dear students, competition is very, very fierce, right? More than 5 lakh engineers got their degree every year in India, right? And very less are able to get into jobs, right? So what I want to say you, the message which I want to tell you, it is not like that you are in HIT and someone is in IIT, you cannot do anything, right? I have my friends from HIT also who are in foreign countries, in Europe, in USA, right? They have studied from HIT only, not IIT, right? And they are in Europe, everywhere. They are in Amazon, they are in Microsoft, they are in Google, right? Right? They are in Nestle, they are in ITC, right? All the big companies. So I have purposely telling you this because some people think that yeah, only IITian can do miracles or get good jobs, right? But you have the whole world with you, right? So it is not like that that only IITian will get good jobs, good salary jobs. Things are not like that, right? So Elon Musk says one more thing also, right? That in the future, degrees will be absolutely obsolete, right? And the skill is the main thing which will take a person ahead, right? So, skill, a particular skill, if you become a master in a particular subject, that can take you very, very far, right? And yeah, so, and apart from this, so it is not that this is a COVID situation, we don't have opportunity. Those people, right, who has talent, uh, who are dedicated, who have developed their skills, there are opportunities for them every time, whether it is COVID, yeah, maybe it may be possible that there are some delays, right? There are delays, but opportunity will come. And it is said about opportunity that opportunity is barred from behind. You have to grab opportunity from the front. Okay. Opportunities will come 1, 2 times to you, and you have to grab that opportunity and you have to convert that opportunity in your favor. So this is one of the message which I want to give you. And one thing that many people are when they passed out from college, they are very confused that what I will do. I will prepare for IS, right? Or I will prepare for GMAT, I will prepare for CAT, I will prepare for GRE, I will do a job. So my message to all of you is that That's why I have asked you the question that where do you want to see yourself in the next 5 years, right? Keep that in mind, that what I want to do, right? And accordingly take your decision, right? You have the choice to take your decision. Nobody will come and help you, right? So you have a choice and you have to take your own decisions what you want to do in your life, right? You want to go for higher studies, you want to do a job, you want to go to for MBA, you want to prepare for IAS. You have to decide, right? No, nobody else will decide on your behalf. I want to do a job. I'm okay. I find passion, interest in a job. I will go for a job. Somebody may think that I want to go for higher studies, I want to go for M.Tech, I want to go for PhD, right? So make your mind very crystal clear. There should not be any ambiguity. Ambiguity kills everything, right? And time is moving. You can stop everything in the world, but you cannot stop time. So time is moving, right? So you have to decide, right, what you want to do in your life, right? And accordingly, you have to take your decisions in your life, right? And
So Nadeem, like I also know that in various capacity, you are also involved in many of the interview drives,
yes,
and our department is moderately doing good in terms of placement opportunities. But yes, this is something I want to also share with you, that what
yeah,
we have been facing the problem from teaching fraternity, that to address the student like the way we used to do pre-COVID. So pre-COVID, we used to have much more grab over a student. Right now, it is due to this COVID and Omicron, we had to vacate everything, and then things are going again online from now onward. So one important advice I think you would like to give, because they are mostly now staying at home. Now staying at home, they have a lot of diversions. What understand, we all understand, because we have crossed this phase of life. They have a lot of diversions, maybe in social media, maybe in other things, doing other things. Nowadays PUBG and games, these are also many of the students they would like to do, which is good, not bad. But I think somehow the focus, to bring back the focus, the, what they should more practice, because they are not going to get more than 5-10 minutes to showcase themselves, whatever is their key learning or skills, in front of interviewers like you. If you are taking interview and you are judging a student for 5 minutes, so within a 5 minute 10 minute you decide whether you are going to take or you are going to reject.
right.
So what are the attributes they will more they will imbibe into them? Yeah.
So in every interview process, the expectation of the interviewer is very basic, and most of the students fails in basic things, right? The first, any interviewer, yeah, I have also taken some interviews. So the interviewer check the confidence of the person, right? How confident he is, what he is telling, right?
Correct.
How beautifully you make a CV, that does not matter, right? What is your confidence, right? Even if you are not able, some people are not able to speak well English, right? Even that does not matter, right? Some of my friends, they don't even they are able to speak English very well, but they are in very reputed organization now. So it does not matter what is your confidence level. That is one part. The second part is, right, basic questions from your 4 year of degree. Basic questions, right? Example I can give you now, that you know the law of thermodynamics, right? Or entropy, because the expectation of the interviewer is that you don't have any industrial experience, right? So they don't ask you questions, right, from industry. They will ask you questions from your course only, basic course. No. For for example, if I say that food technology students, if I will ask a question, I will try to understand that they do know what is pasteurization process, right? What are the temperature requirement for pasteurization process? Only basic things are tested, and if you are able to answer those basic things confidently, then you are okay, right? So I have personally given many interviews in many companies, and nobody asked me hi-fi things, very complex things. No, very simple things. That my message to the students is that basic things should be very crystal clear, right? Basic things regarding your studies
Correct.
should be very clear, right? And second thing, they want to understand that what is your engagement level, right? I have told about people management. So, what are the extra activities you are doing, right? Are you involved in some extracurricular activities, uh, some hobbies where you are making an impact in the group, not in a larger context in the society, but in the small group, are you making any impact? They want to check that do you have some leadership quality, right? Leadership quality. So that is one thing. Yeah. So these three things, basic your confidence, your basic knowledge. No one will ask you complex question. No one will give you physics questions from IE Rodolph to solve. Okay, that is only required to crack a entrance test for engineering. Okay, in the interview, they will ask very simple things, basic questions. Tell me about yourself. है If give me some examples of a difficult situations which you have managed very well, right? Basic questions about your course. So and about your leadership quality in the college, 4 years of degree. Have you done anything which shows that you have displayed leadership quality? So these are the basic things, basic requirement in an interview process.
Correct. Correct. And regarding the time management, do you have any suggestion regarding the time management? Because they have now ample of time staying at home. Sometimes they're confused because they have to do some time pass. They are
But
with their mobile phones and something else. But how
but
they can effectively use the time?
my a very clear message to all of my young friends that this is a very critical time in your life, right? So utilize the time properly, right? If you are playing counter strike, fine, there is nothing wrong in it. You are playing for 2 hours, that's okay. Okay, you are watching movies. I used to watch when I was in your place. Yeah, I want to watch a movie, right? I want one movie one day, okay. But if the situation is that 12, 14 hours we are doing only these things and no learning, then that is not a good thing. You have to find out for time for learning. I have told you that YouTube is a very good thing. You can, if you want to make how to make an aeroplane, you can learn from YouTube. You can learn anything from YouTube, right? So you have to utilize your time, and your future is in your hand. Your future is in hand. Nobody will now. Your in the colleges, your friends help you, your professors help you, है ना? Your parents help you, but industry is a very difficult place, I will say, है ना? So
True, very correct.
yeah, so there will be no one to help you, my friend, right? Here there will be professional colleagues. Yeah, na? You have bosses, you have deadlines, you have targets, right? So here there will nobody to help you. So your career, your life is in your hand. So please, my request to all of you that utilize your time properly, right? This is a very critical time in your hand, right? And lot of knowledge is easily available these days. The great Everybody is saying that social media is bad, na? Instagram is bad, YouTube is bad. How one uses it, it depends upon how one uses it, right?
Right, right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So if you are uses it properly, so utilize your time properly. And I have told you earlier also that those people who have talent, who have developed themselves, right? When we came to college, now from a small town, so we don't know anything, but slowly and slowly we have grown over time and developed certain skills and competencies. So that is very important. Learning is a never-ending process, right? Maxwell has given all the theory of electrodynamics in above 40 years of age, right? So learning is a never-ending process, right? It never ends. And the situation is, someone says that this is a VUCA world, right? Drastically changing. The thing which is relevant now, and after 5 years, this skill, particular skill is not relevant. So you have to keep learning and keep changing. This is the reality of the world, right? Those days has ended where a person get a job, na, and he do the similar work, monotonous work till 60 years of age, and after 60 years, that person retires. So that time has gone. Even in the industry, expectation nowadays is that you have to learn new skills if you want to compete with your competitors. So you have to keep yourself updated, you have to learn new things, and this process is a continuous process. So yeah, that's it from my side. So uh, now I want to take some questions from you people. I will be happy to answer that. So that will be better.
Yeah, I think Safikul has a question.
Yeah, please.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Safikul, you had a question. You raised your hand.
My question is, what are the new challenges?
Yes.
My voice is audible.
Yeah, yeah, your voice is audible, Safikul. Please go on.
What are the new challenges and scope opportunities as a freshers in company?
So, as a fresher, he's asking that what are the new challenges as a fresher one faces. I think it's a good question.
Yeah, you're right. So the company don't expect that you have 10 years of experience and you know everything, right? So the company test your sincerity, your dedication in your job, and how well you are learning, right? They also don't test that how fast you are learning, okay? How well you are learning, that is a very important thing. So as a fresher, uh, you will the major challenges you will face that yeah, industry is a very, I will say that different place, right? Where there is nobody to help you, nobody to support you. In your exam, if you want some notes, your friends give some ready-made notes. So these things don't work in industry. Now you have to do by your own hands. Everything you have to do by your own hands. You have to build by yourself. So that your challenge will be, yeah, you have to learn the things very well, and that's how your performance will be measured. Because in the beginning, right, delivery, nobody will ask you about your delivery, right? What you are delivering. In the first year, everybody is, the company also uh, will test that how well you have learned, right?
Correct. So I think this thing is important to understand that you are going to be accountable when you join a job. You are going to be
Yeah,
accountable
yeah,
down the line, which you are not actually, because you are now accountable by your faculties, by by your parents based on your marks. And post COVID, even marks, it is also the line of marks also is very much within a, everybody is doing good in that category. So but now you have to think that based on skill how you are going to be accountable. That is important, because the tough time of life is going to come.
Yes,
So that
yes.
is, I think, one of the single message what Nadeem has conveyed, and very importantly, very rightly and timely, he has conveyed this message, so that you also take these things very seriously in your life. And I think one take on from Nadeem's discussion, that your life is in your own hand, and this is something I have taken, because whatever you are doing, you are responsible for the good or the bad, whatever it is. So, based on the cause and consequences, nothing is absolute good or absolute bad. But again, to think about your larger goal in your life, how you want to proceed. So, yes, other questions from the forum.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an opportunity to all the students to interact with your senior. I think he's so humble, and wonderfully he has crafted few of the points, I think, that you all should note down and you should experience and exercise in your life. Shagnik has a question, Devarati has a questions. So Anupam sir, whether they can ask questions like the way.
Yeah, they can ask questions.
Please.
They
Okay,
can
okay,
ask question one by one. Yeah.
okay. There are many questions
Shagni, go
actually
for it.
coming. Shagnik, you can go for it.
Okay, so good evening, sir. My question to Nadeem sir is, sir, after completing my B.Tech degree, if I want to do MBA, so sir, is it a right decision that after completing the B.Tech I go for MBA, or after doing B.Tech I do at least 2 years of job and get some experience and do MBA?
It is preferred now in most of the prestigious college in IIMs and many other yeah, reputed colleges, that work experience is desirable. So I will suggest that at least you do 2 years of work experience, because uh, even after completing your MBA, when you seek for some placements, so if you have work experience, no, that will work in your favor. So uh,
Yes.
so minimum 2 years of work experience you should get, and after that you go for MBA. That is actually the current requirement of the industry.
And and also to add on with Nadeem, that even if you're working, during working also you identify the area. Maybe if you're working in operations, you can go for operation management. If you're
Right.
working, so there are a lot of specializations nowadays. Earlier it used to be finance, HR, and marketing, but nowadays there are so many type of management. Retail management, supply chain management is coming up. So, for identification of those type of management, it is important that you experience an industry as a whole, so that you get to see all the system. It is not only that as a food technologist you are into only quality control or operations or packaging, but you can also see purchase, other departments, what is happening, supply chain, distributions, everything, right?
Yeah, you will get a feel. Even after doing MBA, you have to join the industry only, right? So you have a feeling of the industry, how it works.
Correct.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, next question please.
But one thing I want to say you, that the thing here is that some people, when after yeah, going into a job, they forget about yeah, their aim in life. So that should not happen. If,
Right, right.
if you have a aim in your life, then you keep it alive.
True, true. So yeah, Devarati has a question, I guess. Devarati.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. I'm Debarati, a final year student.
Good evening.
So, sir, in this transition phase, most students like us, they are confused that how to manage the time, because the university exams are going on. There are interviews for different companies coming. Many students, they are preparing for the entrance exam for their higher studies. So, sir, can you put some note that how shall we manage this time to do all these things?
Yeah, for final year, there are a lot of things which
Yes.
comes up.
Yeah, that you have to manage by yourself, right? So one thing is that nowadays interviews and everything are happening virtually, right? So you don't, even if you uh, sit for a interview in a company, that will be virtual. Okay, so nowadays very few cases it is happening physically. So that time management you have to manage by yourself. When you join a job, you have to do 10 things at a time, single time, right?
Correct, correct. So I think the final year
So,
would be a learning year for everyone to be a
yes,
multifunctional. For,
multifunctional, and
right,
believe me, if you are a student, life is very easy now for you, right? Life is very easy, and but when you are in a job, you have to manage uh, many things simultaneously, right? So you have to manage by yourself, right? And one thing you can do that you have to prioritize, that you should follow uh, in your life everywhere when you are handling multiple things, right? 10 things at a time. So as a human being, we cannot do, we are not like Ravan, that we have 10 heads and we can think 10 things at a time, right?
right.
So you have to prioritize, what is important. You have to give priority to that first, right? You have to prioritize your things, right? That what is my priority at this moment, right? If my uh, uh, preparing for a gate is my priority, right? Then I will spend more time on that, right? Uh, So that's how you have to decide your priority, what you want to do in your life, right? And accordingly, you have to prioritize your work also.
Yeah, so you have to be a prioritizer.
Yeah.
Yeah, next question is from Somojit Mondol from final year. Yeah, Somojit.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have a specific question that that you are working for in industry for 10 years. So,
Mm.
sometimes it can be happen that you get demotivated or you feel low. So how we can get rid out of it? That always keep myself motivated. So bad times may come, but how it is possible to make myself motivated in that time?
Yeah, that's a very important question. Yeah, when you are in a place for 10 years, you become stagnant, and yeah, many times in your life some low phases come. So what I used to do, I will share your my personal thing, right? Maybe you have a different approach to that. So I used to read books, right? I used to read a lot of books, and believe me, my friend, books are the best things,
I
right?
agree. I completely agree.
Best things, motivational books, fiction books, they will keep you motivated, right? If someone has some other passion, they can chase that also, right? But what I used to do, that I used to read a lot of books, because a person who has written a book, right? Suppose a person has written a book in 5 years, so he's sharing 5 years of your life, right? What he has experienced in these 5 years, he's sharing his 5 years of life in a book, right? So that will keep you motivated and, yeah, enhance your learning also. So I keep myself motivated by reading motivational books, fiction books, yeah, good books. So you can also find your motivation, yeah, which suits you.
I think it's a very good suggestion, Nadeem. Next question is from Shagnik from final year.
Good evening, sir. I'm Shagnik Shah from final year.
Good
So first
evening.
of all, thank you for giving such an enlightening speech. It really motivated us a lot.
Yeah,
And
welcome.
so secondly, I have two very specific questions for you. So the first one is now we are almost at the end of our college life. So now we are going to jump from academia to industry. So sir, I want to know your experience, that how did you tackle the corporate life being as a fresher? And the second question is that, sir, we have heard that you have shifted very frequently, like you stayed in Adani and then you went to ITC, and from ITC to Nestle and again back to ITC. So uh, how did you keep yourself updated about all the job openings or the vacancies which were there, and were you like preparing for some were you preparing side by side and also doing your job? So
Right.
Yeah, just before Nadeem starts, that even if you see his career over the last 12 years, he has served in 3 organizations. So last 12 years, 3 organization is a very common thing, because sometime you may feel that you have an opportunity in terms of your job prospect, in terms of the kind of responsibility you are given. Like Nadeem has worked for Adani for 1 year, and maybe a few of Nadeem's friend had continued working. I know a student who continued even more than so many years in Adani. Even the next batch student, he's still serving Dibindu, still serving Adani as a packaging head. So he has grown. But Nadeem took the challenge to go to ITC, and then to Nestle. He has served 6 years, and then he came back to ITC. It's not a very frequent change. That is what I wanted to intend. Yeah, Nadeem.
Yeah, I completely agree with you that frequent change is not good. Yeah. So when you join an industry, right? So when I have joined the industry, so my aim is only to learning, because I have told you now, whatever you have studied in your 4 years in college life, only 10% of that you will be able to utilize in the job market. So my main focus when I have joined in the industry, I was only focused on learning, right? Because I have told earlier also that never chase money, right? Money, if you develop skills, if you develop good technical knowledge, right, then money will automatically chase you. So main thing as a fresher, whenever you join a company, you should focus on learning first, learning, right? If you have good technical knowledge, if you have good understanding of the principles, right, if you have good people management, then even the management of your company, na, they will appreciate you, right? They are looking for these things only, right? So and you should learn when you join a company. You should focus on learning first, right? And yeah, if you get there is no harm in if you get a better opportunity. There is no harm in switching job, right? I've told you that it happens earlier that a person join a company and he works in the same company for 60 years and retires. So the world is very changing now, right? So so even for a fresher, right? So there are two very good platforms, right, for job, right? Naukri.com and LinkedIn. I follow only these two sites, and as a fresher also you can follow that, Naukri.com and LinkedIn. You will find ample of opportunities, right? And when you are in earlier stages of your career, right, you will find many opportunities, right? As you grow your salary, as you grow your position in the organization, then you will find very less and less opportunities. But when you are very fresher, right, and very 1 or 2 year experience, you will have many opportunities, right? But the main thing is, my friend, that nowadays it is I will tell you that 50:1 ratio. 50 people sit for a job interview and only one gets selected, right? So you have to develop your competency, your skills, that you will be among the one, right? You will be the one among those 50% who have converted that interview into a job. Everything, everywhere, the same things are happening. 50 people are sitting for an interview, right? And only one people getting. So you have to develop yourself, right? Thank you.
Correct. So next question, I'll ask Paulomi to no, sorry. Olivia has a question. Olivia, if you have a question, yeah.
Yeah, good evening, sir. I'm Olivia Bose from third year. Sir, my question is, we all are going through the same course, like which is in our curriculum itself. So I wanted to ask you, what are the special qualities or the abilities that a company look for in a fresher when we are appearing for interview?
Okay, yeah, I have explained it, but once again I will explain it. Listen, whenever there is an interview, there is always in the background of the interviewer that they will only ask you question from your current status, right? If I am applying for a job now, okay, then I will be asked question regarding my current status, right? What I am learning, what I am doing in my current position, right? They will not ask question about their expectations, right? Because they will think that when that person will join that organization, he will learn. Similarly, for a fresher, interview panelist will never ask question from industry, right? So they will ask you simple questions, basic questions regarding your curriculum. One is your subject, right? And curriculum, basic things. Second is, right, if you have done any industrial training, question will be asked from that. What will be your learnings? Second is about your extracurricular activities, about your leadership qualities, and your confidence matters a lot. How confidently you answer, right? That is the main thing, right?
Correct. Those are the basic attribute for any of the
Okay, thank you,
interviews.
sir.
Okay, Soria, you have a question. Soria Anand. Yeah,
So
Soria.
I think it's 9 now.
So I will take the last question from Polomi. Yeah, Polomi, you have a question.
Yeah, sure.
Hello, sir. Good
Good
evening.
evening, sir.
Sir, am I audible?
Good
Yeah. Anyone may ask. Maybe Polomi first, and then Soria would be the last one to ask questions. Yeah, Polomi.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Good evening, sir. I'm Poulami Chakraborty from final year. Sir, I had a question that since due to the current situation, we are sitting for online interviews in most of the cases. So are there any differences or are there any specific things that an interviewer like tries to focus while online interviews? I mean, anything we need to keep in mind that we need to check this for online interviews, which is different in case of offline interviews?
Rather, I would simplify the situation. Any expectations? One, I think Nadeem has answered one part that the competition has grown like anything. So it is
Right.
50 from students during this transition.
No, I think it is very easy now, right? Because when you are physically present to give an interview, right, you have a fear in your mind, right? I have faced that. But in the online interview, you have opportunity, right? That this is a virtual, so the fear is very less, and nothing has changed. Expectation is same, right? And whatever I have explained earlier, that yeah, they will ask only basic question. They want to test the basic questions, right? Because they are not hiring scientists, right? They are not hiring scientists for NASA. They are hiring engineers
Correct.
who will work in a manufacturing unit. So they ask very basic questions. Always in an interview, if you are able to address the basic questions confidently, then you will correct that interview.
Correct. So Nadeem, last two questions because two hands are there. So I
Yeah,
don't
sure.
want to disappoint these two
Sure.
students. One is Soria Anand. Soria, if you can just
Yeah, please.
address your question very fast because it is already 9.
Sir,
Yeah.
hello, sir.
So,
Good evening. I'm
good
Shari
evening.
Anand from third year.
Good
My,
evening.
my question to you is, sir, how should we present ourselves in front of the interviewer in an interview? Because, sir, what happens is that, uh, when we go for our first interview, we usually get quite a bit nervous and we fumble over there. So how can we overcome this? And sir, how can we prepare for this in a much better way?
Yeah, that fear is there. When I was in your place and I used to go for interviews, I have a fear in my background. But you should be in your natural state. By natural state, what I means that you should be in normal flow, right? And you will be fearful and you will be confused when you don't have knowledge about the basic things which will be asked, right? So you know better than the interviewer, right? Because you are learning, studying that thing, right? Interviewer studied that thing 10 years back, but you are currently handling and learning those things, right? So you should be very confident. That's the message I want to say, that confidence matters a lot. How confidently, correctly you are answering the questions, and never try to fool an interviewer. That is a very common thing, that some
Right.
people, if they don't ask, don't know the right answer, some answer, right, they try to fool the interviewer, or they try to take him in another direction. That is not good. If you don't
Yeah.
know anything, yeah, you straightforwardly say, sir, I don't know it now. I will come back to you. That's the best approach. You should be very honest, right?
True. So, Devdatta sir, can we take a last question with your permission?
Yes, yes, you can take up for last, you continue for
Right.
five
Because it is
minutes.
already, yeah.
And at
Another
the
five
last, I
minutes.
have a question. I have some certain observations
Right.
which I'll share with Nadeem. Okay, so you take up
Sure.
the questions.
Right. So, yeah, Tanya, if you have a question, you have raised your hand. So, Tanya, please go ahead.
Yeah,
Yes,
please.
sir. Sir, I have this question that how to do the life work-life balance, how to maintain that work-life balance. And sir, in this generation, when we put much of our time in front of the screen and in front of laptops and mobiles, we have to every time we have to see the screen, and that affects our health, our eyes also. That how to manage our health along with our work, and how to balance maintain our work life balance.
I think
First
it's a
of
good
all,
question.
yeah, first of all, things are very difficult these days, right? So you have to prepare to work for, I think, 10 hours. You should prepare yourself that you will get very late sometime, even it will be 12, right? And but you have to maintain your health, right? You should do yoga, exercise, right? You have to take care of your food. So you should not take to carry your stress at your home. So these are the certain things which you can follow. But the reality is that you should be prepared to work for at least 10 hours, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I think we made all the questions except Barsha Maiti from final year. Barsha, if you have a question quickly, you can just put it across.
Yes. Sir, as you have said, that things are quite tough nowadays and competitions are very high. Then how can I represent myself differently, like uniquely, than my fellow competitors in front of viewers?
So I have told you that now the ratio is 50 is to 1, right? So in your current means stage where you are, right? You should be very technically very sound, right? Of all the subjects, right? Subject knowledge and understanding should be technically very sound, right? Then you should be able to, yeah, display leadership quality. All right. So for that, believe me, uh, uh, when I was in the initial years of my life, I was very fearful of giving presentation. Now I'm speaking with you for the last 1 hour confidently, right? So, but 10 years back, I was not that much confident. So for that, you have to practice, right? Even in your college, you should present in front of your professors, in front of your colleagues. Yeah, that is a quality that will be looked upon in industry. How
Right, right.
you are able to present yourself. So these things you have to develop.
And this is something you have to also carry forward even after the, classroom practice. When you go to hostel, that culture you should imbibe into you. If
Yes,
that culture is not there, a creative culture, a positive culture may not be always directional towards study, but it can be
yes,
anything. Your creative minds, something, maybe you are designing something, maybe you are writing something. Some creative mind should work always in the background. Otherwise, difficult. Then the focus
and
you will lose.
that will come through practice. Only practice, practice and practice.
True, true, true.
All right.
Correct.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. That's it. I'm even approachable over mail also. So if anybody have any queries, they can mail me also. Yeah, I will try to respond to all the mails. Hello.
Yeah, Didi sir,
Yes,
if
sir.
you have any ending note, yeah,
Yes,
Devdatta
yes.
sir, because Nadeem has spoken.
Yeah.
It was a great
I'll not
interaction.
conclude, but I'll
Right.
just share something on the behalf of the students and the faculty members. During COVID-19, we are facing a challenge to conduct the practical classes, specifically for the core branches, right?
Yes.
So I strongly believe that my students are not getting enough opportunity to get the real feel about the practical experiments or practical study.
True.
So which brings a enough challenge for them to grow in their future life. This is one of the major point because everybody is talking about skills. But but what is happening for last 20 or 21 months, our students are not getting the opportunity to enter the laboratory, right? They are really unfortunate because I have a very little experience of 27 years. I have worked in the industry as well as in the academics. So what I feel that, the time which we are going through, it's the time where they have to learn by doing. But when the
True.
doing part is missing, how they will learn? That's the major challenge the present students are facing. Nadeem, I don't know, maybe the interview process is little bit easier, but as far as learning or the skill representation is concerned, things are really, really challenging. So how they can address this?
Uh, yes, sir. You are very right that the situation is a little bit difficult. But yeah, what can I say about that is that yeah, they are not able to get real life feelings and experiences in the labs or in the workshops. Yeah, but
And
the
I, th-
basic
I
theoretical knowledge, right, about that, even if they are not able to do practical, so they can watch YouTube videos that I have told that the theory part should be very crystal clear, right? That if an interviewer is asking about something, so they are able to explain now due to this COVID scene. But when they join the industry, they have to work, right? Even
The learners are active, but teachers are passive.
so
What even the industry 4.0 and education 5.0 expects. So this is a kind of odd situation they are going through, but
yeah.
we are really optimistic that we'll pass this black cloud and we'll enter into the sunshine. And I really congratulate you for taking this enormous pressure to guide our students, right?
Thank you, sir.
And even in the future, we expect your full cooperation because you are alumni. It is our every right to catch you
Yes, yes.
anytime we want, right?
I think
Thankful to all the students, right, and Gaurav Chatterjee and Didi sir, and all the esteemed faculties of HIT and the management of HIT for giving this opportunity to me to interact with the students. Yeah, this is a very wonderful session, and I'm available on mail also, right? So if anybody has any queries, want to contact me, they can mail me.
right.
So Gaurav has my email ID also. Yeah, so thank you very much.
Thank you, Nadeem, for this wonderful session, and a special thanks to DDG sir actually, because the whole brainchild of
No,
this
no,
whole
no, no.
event is
Actually,
DDG
I
sir.
want to correct Gaurav because this is the brainchild of, actually Anupam sir and Rajiv Dubey sir.
Right, right. Let us
And in
not
our
forget Anupam sir and Dubey sir as well. I think Dubey sir and
Yeah,
Anupam sir
in
is
our
here.
team, in our team, excepting myself, everybody is productive and creative. Rajiv Dubey, Professor Rajiv Dubey, Professor Anupam De, and one of our colleague who is very active to organize this kind of session, who is Mohan Patro. I am the
Right.
only somebody who is a ringmaster actually.
So thanks
Sir,
to
this is
Anupam
all.
sir and
It's
yeah,
a
Dubey sir.
teamwork, sir. It's not only one individual's thing. It's a teamwork. Okay,
Yeah.
and
Anupam sir
thanks to
have
the
always been. Anupam sir has always been with us, with every department. With for mathematical thing, he's teaching for the so many years and guiding our students.
and sir, thanks to HIT also for giving us this opportunity to serve and do this kind of activities. Okay,
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you
so
very much.
thank you, and thank you Nadeem, and thank you the whole all the
very much.
Thank you very
Thank
much.